Hi guys, welcome back again. Last week we did an episode on financial awareness with Martha, and this is the second episode. I hope the first one was very encouraging but also relatable. Yeah, and a lot of the things we covered last week was more my personal journey with finance. So from the time I sort of started, having conversations around finance and savings, and I couldn't get it all the way up to the point where I started running a business by seeing an opportunity that I could maximize. Now today we're going to cover the power of the mind, and it's just not the power of the mind, it is the power of the mind backed up by factual information. So if you look at the story that we talked about last week, there was a lot of weight around information, so how I received the information and what I did with that information, but there's also a lot of mindset shift. And when you look at the concept of financial independence, it first starts in the mind. And therefore, for you to even feed your mind, then it means you need sufficient information that will enable you make very good judgment. The mind is a powerful element in finance and in financial independence, but it is just not what you know. It is factual information that you feed yourself that enables you to make better decisions. So how are you able to get information that will expose you in the right direction and give you the right information to enable you either achieve your financial independence faster or sort of streamline your path towards financial independence? And so there are very many ways of getting information. I think, right now the digital world has given us an opportunity to learn quickly and talk about finances and talk about investments and different ways to invest. But also there's a lot of power in books. There's a lot of power in reading. And so how do you cultivate the reading culture? And there's a lot of power in books. So you get an opportunity to learn from people, you get an opportunity to learn from leaders, you get an opportunity to learn from companies that have, been able to excel in the business arena. And so by positioning yourself in a way that you read sufficiently, and you can never read enough. Like, knowledge is infinite. So if you start cultivating that habit of reading, you're able to put yourself in a position where you can learn and unlearn the wrong habits. The second thing is, do not be an expert. So that internal self-confidence that you know it all, that's usually very dangerous because you live in a bubble. And so if you're getting into the financial independence mindset, you want to get there very open-minded. You want to be at a point where you're willing to sit back and understand and learn from others, but at the same time learn from your own personal mistakes. And so if you're entering this space trying to be an expert, then you might fail, just because you'd be operating in a very tiny box where you'd go with your way, but is your way the right way, or is it always the wrong way, or you never know. And so don't get into the space as an expert. Get into the space knowing that you want to understand financial independence. You want to understand the methods and tools to use that will get you to financial independence. I think the other thing is creating mechanisms that allow you to stick to the habit. If you have, had a certain way, or rather you have been operating in a certain way from a financial perspective, for you to be able to change it's like a river. Change your habits, your financial habits, then it really requires a lot of time. And so how do you create mechanisms that ensure that this thing that you're learning, or this investment that you've started, or this thing that you're trying to do, or a business that you're trying to start, that you have mechanisms that will ensure everything that you've put in place happens end to end? And those mechanisms have to be measurable. So you can't say, that you hope that your financial habits change. No. You have to come up with mechanisms that allow you to not behave in the financial ways that you used to behave. So if you used to spend a lot of money maybe going out or buying clothes or whatever, how do you get rid of that money? Become as the least liquid you can, so that you're only operating with the amount of money that you need to sort out your daily needs, but everything else is tied down to an investment. So you have to come with mechanisms that are quite uncomfortable but will help you alter your financial habits, or rather influence the way you think around finance. The other thing is get an accountability partner. So it's usually very important to have someone who holds your back and someone who you share the same values. It can't be just anyone just because they're present in your life. So as you're starting your journey towards financial independence, the people you associate yourself with are very, very important, because it is difficult. And so if you're trying to associate yourself with someone who doesn't get it, and the truth is, not everyone will get it. This thing we call financial independence, not everyone will get it. And so if you associate with yourself with someone who does not get it, you might fail eventually. And so how do you create meaningful relationships that have people in your circle who understand this thing we call financial independence? They're passionate about it, and they're passionate about seeing everyone else around them trying to become financially independent, or just become better financial people. And so if you're able to get an accountability partner, it is very powerful, because it's no longer just influencing your mind. It is someone asking, okay, this was the plan, what have we been able to achieve? So if I look back, as much as it sounds a bit let me say successful, that I was able to shift from a point of I don't understand why I need to save because I'm going home, to a point where I was able to see an opportunity and start running my businesses. As much as I was able to do that, just because I lacked an accountability partner back then, I'm not able to accurately record and say this is where the money went. So I'm running a business, I'm running a laundry business. Can I grasp and say, okay, this is what I did with the profits that I was able to make? No. And so having an accountability partner will help you actually question even your financial activities, whether it is, are you doing it the right way? Have you looked at the numbers correctly? Is it giving you actual profit, or is it assumed profit? So such things. And so as you're in the journey, or whether you're in the journey towards financial independence, you really need to have influenced your mind, but influence your mind to gain factual information that will enable you throughout this journey. You'll be enabled to become financially independent. Thank you so much. I hope that information is useful to you. Please try and see what you can grasp here and there, and actively involve it in your personal financial independence journey. As I had mentioned earlier, we're doing these episodes throughout the year, every Monday from 6 p.m. Kenyan time. We did the first episode last week. This is our second episode, and I hope that we are able to really impact your life and impact your journey towards financial independence. Looking forward for a great engagement, and of course, very many things are happening this coming weekend. The 22nd, we have our bus tour here at TSAVO. So usipotee sana. Come and engage with us. Come and learn what we do here at TSAVO. And of course, looking forward to having you as an investor.
Mm-hmm.